So I want to welcome to Crypto Millionaire Academy, guys. So FTX showed the problems of centralized finance and proved the need for DeFi. The meltdown of Sam Bankman-Fried's crypto trading empire could not and would not have happened to a decentralized and transparent protocol. Our community keeps learning the lesson of decentralization the hard way. Celsius Network, BlockFi, Voyager Digital, now FTX. And you can get all of these at, this article comes from Amanda Cassat at Coinbase. These are all centralized exchanges and centralized finance platforms. Their business models are centuries old. The only new thing about them is they offer users exposure to crypto assets, but crucially not root ownership since they hold the keys to those assets. Amanda Cassat is the founder and CEO of Serotonin, a Web3 marketing agency and product studio. Like the financial institutions that collapsed in 2008, their economic incentive is to under-collateralize and take risks with users' funds. They play political games, cozying up to regulators who claim to care about consumer protection. The pseudonymous developer Satoshi Nakamoto was inspired by the events of the 2008 when creating Bitcoin. That year, when the network launched, they inscribed these words in its Genesis block: "The Times, 03 January 2009, Chancellor on brink of second bailout for banks." The headline from the Times of London sent a powerful message about Satoshi's intentions. Large financial institutions have spent years privatizing the gains from taking the risks that led to collapse, and once came, they forced the public to bear their losses thanks to their influence on politicians with discretionary decision-making power. With Bitcoin, Satoshi changed the locus of decision-making from politicians to an automated code base, giving regular people the option to permissionlessly participate in an alternative financial system, one where the rules are public, applied to everyone, and execute automatically. Then with smart contracts, Ethereum-based decentralized finance DeFi delivered these benefits in various forms to hundreds of thousands of people. In the echo of the 2008 financial collapse, the collapse of FTX and Armada Research have triggered a run on banks across crypto markets. Some CEs and CeFi platforms are overwhelmed with users withdrawing funds, forcing them to freeze transfers off the platform. Some must be insolvent. Those with funds on FTX will likely lose their money. A number of large venture firms, such as Web3 companies, told investors Wednesday that a significant portion of their assets under management or treasuries were lost to CEX. It's a hard way to learn the basic hygiene of keeping minimal funds on CEX only for immediate trading. Despite sell-offs, Uniswap, Balancer, Curve, and other decentralized exchanges and decentralized platforms have been flexing smoothly, enabling users to exit their crypto positions, or if they prefer, to capitalize on low prices and buy in. Users may have seen their portfolios decrease in dollar value, but they never lost access to their assets. If that isn't consumer protection, I don't know what is. When I was at Consensus and we were first introducing Ethereum to the world, we had a sign at our events that said, "Welcome to the decentralized future." Our community was then and is still asked to explain the use of the new technology. The best answer was and still is decentralization. DeFi platforms are designed to preserve the benefits introduced by Bitcoin and magnified by Ethereum: permissionless, transparency, censorship-resistant, and self-sovereign custody of assets. Users should insist on a base settlement layer for economic activity that is as decentralized as possible to avoid exactly the scenario that has played out in recent days. History may not repeat itself, but it sure does rhyme, and we would do well to heed the lessons it teaches. Like the large financial institutions involved in the 2008 meltdown, which donated generously to political campaigns, the FTX crypto exchange spent its final week spending lavishly to court regulators. Its founder and CEO Sam Bankman-Fried even had the audacity to say DeFi needed consumer protections, while, as has become clear, playing fast and loose with user funds. Consider for a moment that SBF was running the second largest CEX, which is a centralized exchange, and centralized platforms see DeFi as a competitor. What he wanted from regulation wasn't consumer protection, but rather to protect his incumbent position and entrench his competitive moat. Regulators are paying attention to this collapse, as is their job. Those with good intentions should see through the Times Square billboards about ECG, environmental and social governments, and the financial fancy stories, and understand that centralized players calling for DeFi regulation do so because it serves their interests. Regulators should also recognize that as far as consumer protection goes, DeFi has beat CeFi time and time again. Regulation that does not protect incumbents or harm actually decentralized projects could be a boom for the industry, offering the clarity institutional investors waiting on the sidelines need to start deploying capital. It could clear out space for many of its scams by making it riskier to perpetrate them. If there's a silver lining for the FTX fiasco, it is a reminder of the importance of decentralization. While it's taken a sledgehammer to all crypto prices, Layer 1 blockchains that deprioritize decentralization as a design goal have been the hardest hit. The FTX collapse was a failure of CeFi, centralized finance, not decentralized finance, and smart investors, builders, and users are already taking notice. I believe that many have learned this lesson in time to them once again to the decentralized future. So yeah, welcome to the decentralized future. We want a decentralized method. FTX proves that we need a decentralized model and not a centralized finance model. All right, guys, thank you for following the channel. I hope you take this article to heart. Thank you, Amanda, for writing this article. I wanted to share it with you guys so you could have it and just prove that centralized finance is not the way. And FTX failure and bankruptcy proves that, once again, we need decentralized finance. We need Bitcoin. If anything, the FTX failure should make you believe in Bitcoin even more. All right, guys, thank you for following the channel. Join us at Crypto Millionaire Academy for our Discord group, a crypto signals group for the beginner and advanced trader, guys. Thank you for joining our group.